Hi, I'm Sam here at Rick Jones Pianos with a piano I really enjoyed playing. This is a Yamaha Model U3 built in 1979 in Hamamatsu, Japan. It's the full-size 52-inch upright. You might call it the big sister to the Model U1 48-inch, which is more common in large part because it's more affordable, it's smaller, and it's good enough for most people who are trying to get started with piano lessons and are motivated to continue for a long time, or if their teacher wants them to be motivated. One of the criticisms I often encounter of the U1, however, and which I often, in my opinion, find to be a deficiency of the U1, is the bass isn't too deep compared to some other uprights out there. It's a wonderful piano, in my opinion. It's easy to service, plays beautifully, gets the job done, very even tone and touch across the keyboard. But admittedly, the bass is not as deep as it would be on a full-size upright, and that's where the U3 comes in. This is for those who like everything about the U1 except the lack of depth of sound that you get in the lower notes. And this being a full-size upright, 52 inches tall, you get a larger soundboard, longer strings that, well, okay, all of the strings are affected proportionally, but in the treble it only goes from this long to this long. It's not much. It's in the bass where it will actually grow by several inches of length, which allows the string to be designed to be thinner with the same amount of tension and to produce the same frequency. That thinner string isn't as stiff and it produces a more clear, deep sound. And that's why larger pianos are more desirable to have that clearer sound down there. And I'll say a lot of, well, I mean, this upright in particular, plus U3s in general, I think sound deeper than a lot of baby grands out there. That's really the edge these full-size uprights have on some, especially the petite baby grands. You can tell they sound very small. But for those who really need a fuller sound, this piano has it. This particular piano is in gorgeous condition. Whoever had it previously evidently didn't abuse it too much. It's just super clean inside and out. I worked on it, I tuned it, made some minor adjustments on the pedals. It was a very cooperative piano to work on. And you'll find a lot of technicians saying that about Yamaha pianos. They are, in my opinion, very thoughtfully designed so that they're easy for us to disassemble and easy for us to get our tools where we need to go in order to make any necessary adjustments. We can just take all these front panels off, no screwdrivers. We can do it all by hand, just with our thumbs, and get at the inside of the piano very easily. And that is not something you could say about a lot of other upright pianos, especially in the 20th century when the U3 was first introduced in the 50s. A lot of pianos were very difficult to get apart and they weren't friendly, service friendly. And that, in my opinion, is one reason why Yamaha's been so successful. They've made not only teachers happy, but technicians happy because they want their job to be easier. And they're so consistently made, their quality control is so consistent and high that we get great results working on these pianos. When we make our adjustments to the action, the other, the whole hammer mechanism, which is I don't know how many tens of parts per note times 88, you're looking at the thousands overall. It's a very complicated mechanism and it's hard to get that right and to make it consistent, but Yamaha does a beautiful job doing that and we get great results working on these pianos. And this is, I think, an exceptionally good example. Just playing it now, definitely one of the better Yamaha U3s I've played in a while. I just thought it had a very sweet, lyrical tone. It sounds bright when you need it to sound bright, but you can also get a much warmer, softer, very delicate sound when you need to. I'll put that at a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10 for the tone between mellow and bright. It really depends on how you play the piano and what the music calls for. This piano can deliver it for you. It doesn't get in your way, it helps you out. At least it helped me out. And same with the touch, not too easy, not too hard. It felt fast when I wanted it to feel fast. The first piece was by Domenico Scarlatti. He originally wrote that on a harpsichord, which had a very easy, very little amount of resistance in the keys. We're talking 300 years ago. And that's just the way music was written back then. So you need an action that feels fast enough to handle all those little noodly bits. But to play other music, you also want an action that has enough resistance so you feel like you're in control playing softer parts of more modern music. And this piano made it work. It didn't get in the way. Once again, I'll call the touch a neutral 5 on a scale from 1 to 10. Not too hard, not too easy, just right. Very smooth, keys going up and down, no interruptions, just super responsive. You can play really a wide variety of music on this piano and it will sound good and it will just help you along. So I highly recommend this piano, especially for those who wish they could have a grand piano but don't have the space for it. This is about as close as it gets to a grand piano in the world of uprights. And as I said, it will sound a lot better than even the smaller baby grands, as I mentioned. The piano does, of course, have a 10-year warranty, all parts and labor, and a 100% lifetime trade-up guarantee. Please ensure that you have it tuned twice a year by a technician and that you keep the humidity moderate and stable in the environment of the piano. That's crucial for any piano, no matter the brand or the size or the quality. Just crucial for keeping it stable over time, especially the tuning. And if you do that, you can return to us at any point in the future and trade this piano in precisely for its instrument sales price. That's what we mean by 100% lifetime trade-up guarantee. But I would caution you against trading this in for another upright. I don't encounter many uprights that play much better than this. This is really a wonderful piano. I really enjoyed it. I would only recommend trading in the future if you happen to have room for a grand piano later on, a piano that, and it's not a small grand, like a decent sized medium to large grand, something that would be a radical enough upgrade to justify the trouble of trading in. Although we do make it easy to trade in, as easy as possible. If you are local, it's free delivery for any piano within 100 miles radius. And if you're at the same address, trading in, it's free delivery for both pianos moving. So the trade-in is an option that you can take. I don't think you'll feel a need to take that option on this piano anytime soon. It's really that nice. And then one more thing, I forgot. The piano does have a middle pedal. Not every U3 has one, but almost all of them have them. And in case you don't know how it works, you press it down, move it to the left. A curtain of felt goes between the hammers and the strings so that the hammers don't strike the strings directly, they strike it indirectly, so you can play very quietly. Compared to the normal volume, substantially softer, so especially crucial for anyone in a row home or apartment. Please stop by, try this piano out for yourself. If I didn't already have an upright at home, I wouldn't mind having this one if I could fit it. So please stop by. I think you'll be really impressed. Play this along with anything else in our inventory. But if you can't make it, you can always give us a phone call or send us an email with any questions. Thanks.